Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today is a special episode because I have someone very near and dear to me joining me today, my older brother, Amir. Amir is a Scorpio, which means he's intense, loyal, and always up for a deep conversation. He works in finance, so he's the number guy in the family, and I handle all the things that have to do with creativity. But beyond that, he's one of the most kindest and most caring people I know. A true movie buff, a devoted cat lover, and fun fact, a polyglot who can switch between languages like it's nothing. We've been through it all together, from sibling fights to inside jokes that no one else would understand. And today, we're going to dive into what it really means to have a sibling. So, let's get into it. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Aisha. It's an honor and a privilege. I've spent a lot of time watching the videos that you've made with our dad, and I became a big fan, and so I wanted to get an opportunity to be on. And so thank you for fulfilling my dreams. And I can't wait to see what's up on the show and what's next.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's dive in. I think the first question or topic that I really want to discuss is birth order and how that affects people's personality. So for context and people watching, Amir is the older sibling. He's 3.5 years older than me, and I am the youngest of the family. So it's just me and Amir. So I'll let you take this one. How do you feel being the eldest? And you can tell us a little bit about your personality and how you think that's kind of affected our dynamic as well.
Sure. So I don't think like you being born first doesn't inherently make your personality different. I think it's just a combination of obviously like your genetics and everything that we have, but then also like your relationship with your parents. So like being the first sibling with like new parents inherently comes with a different set of like privileges, but also like challenges. And so like, I think like you're the one that will often have to go to bat for a lot of the things that you want. And then you kind of make it easier for like the younger siblings. So I remember kind of like something that always comes to mind is I didn't get a cell phone, for example, until I was in 7th or 8th grade. And it was like a huge thing about like, oh, like when I'd be allowed to do it, and I had to like argue for it. I had to get like my dad on my side to then convince my mom. But then by the time
I got it
came your turn, you got it like very early without like any issue whatsoever. So I think like those kinds of like little small interdynamics like will shape your personality a bit. I think you'll be a little more independent and a little more, I guess, like intense potentially. At least that's how it was for me. Career choices. Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, I think for both of us, we just kind of have tried a bunch of different things. I don't really know if our sibling order or personalities has really changed that. I think sometimes you're lucky and you know what you want to do very early on, and sometimes you're kind of like figuring it out along the way. And I feel like I've been on that path. And I won't speak for you, but it's kind of like how it's been for me.
Definitely. And I think it's interesting because as the younger sibling, you have people that are older than you and your family telling you more about what's to come. And also you have a very, I don't want to say warped, but in the sense you have this perspective of how if your sibling went through something, you think that it's going to be the exact same for you. But that's not the case because the human experience is different for everyone, right? So that's something that I noticed. And then I also think as the youngest sibling, for me at least, I was less risk averse. I still think I am less risk averse compared to you, but it took me longer to be okay with risks. I don't know if that has anything to do with my birth order, but I would say that that's a difference that I always see between us.
Oh, that you're more of a risk taker?
No, I don't like risks.
Oh, so you're more risk averse?
Yeah, I'm more risk averse.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
And then also that I'm youngest siblings, I feel, also then seek the validation of everyone else in the house, and then definitely the older sibling. Like, I would say that's actually my biggest point of validation. It's like from you.
Oh, that's nice. Well, you shouldn't have to get validation from me. I think very highly of you, and I don't think that should be the case. Although I understand why it naturally is the case. But yeah, I think like it's interesting because it's like, maybe I don't have that same validation seeking thing, but then like there's like a different dynamic where it's like I have to like, I think maybe I like want more approval from like, I don't know, like parents or like kind of like my own thing. So it's kind of a give and take, you know? But yeah, no, it's interesting.
All right, great. So obviously, as we can see, Amir and I are adults. Either
We try to be at least.
we try on a daily basis. I'm not sure if we're successful, but it's interesting for us to see how that definitely changes your relationship as siblings. And I guess I'd ask you, how do you think it's changed from childhood to now? I'm actually really excited to answer this, but please.
Yes, it's changed quite a bit. I think when we were younger, I wasn't necessarily competitive, but I always felt Aisha was like the most loved, and she still is for good reason in the fam. But because of that, I always wanted to like have my own thing. I always wanted to like hang out with my own friends, and then like I think like obviously our parents or my mom would be like, oh, like have Aisha hang out with you and stuff, which is like a nice sibling thing to do. But I'd always be like, no, like I don't want to hang out. I don't want her to like encroach on my space and all that stuff. And so like it was like a lot of like kind of like, oh, like this is my, like I'm my person, you're your person, like that kind of thing. And I think like as we got older and like it became clear we are two distinctive people with our own personalities and lives, I think like I got over that like petty sort of feeling and like realized how like great a sibling she is and became like very good friends. I think like it first started probably like I think like when I was a senior in high school and she also came into high school, we started becoming like better friends. We started like actually like talking to each other. And then I think when I went to college is when we actually became like very, very good friends. You know, like I think like that distance makes you realize like, oh, that's like a very special bond. And I think like as you become an adult, like I don't know, like no one in the world will ever have the same lived experience that like we've had, you know, like no one will ever be a child to our parents like the way we are. And so we know this very specifically. And so I think you don't really appreciate that until you're older. But yeah, so the relationship has evolved to a great relationship, I guess, is the way I would put it.
I used to think as kids that like Amir was too cool for me. So I feel so much better about our dynamic as we got older. And to your point, when you were a senior in high school and I was just starting off high school, that's when I feel like you accepted me a little bit more.
I did.
And so I was able to actually get to know him. But I would say that it was more, I think it really blossomed when we were both living in New York. And so I was in my early 20s and that just changes things because then you're in a different environment. And sure, yes, I was in college, but then you kind of transition into the college, post-college, and the career. And so when you're in that big city together, you know, you are all that what each other has. I mean, Amir is very, very social, but I think, you know, that relationship becomes even more valuable to you. And then also it's like you have this friend who understands, like you said, that shared experience, and you need that ally in your corner. So having those years in New York, I'm really thankful because a lot of siblings actually don't even have that. Like they get separated pretty earlier on, or some people are like, oh, I haven't lived with my siblings since, you know, they left for college. And so we're really fortunate to have that. And
I think our age gap isn't that big where we could like both grow up together in a certain way when we were in New York, which is good.
Yeah, and I also think that because, you know, Amir and I, like many other siblings, it's just us two. So as you get older, then you realize you're like, oh, this sibling is like the only sibling that I have. So you really want to value and cherish that. And then of course, like there's so many other things that go on with your life. So you want to have this person that's gonna understand. And yeah, wow, emotional.
Wow.
But yeah.
Deep.
Anyways, on a more
Very deep.
funny topic. As you guys know, I love astrology. So we're gonna actually talk about star signs. So Amir is a Scorpio and I'm a Taurus, and both of my parents are also Tauruses. So how do you think that affected your dynamic? I mean, I wouldn't really say between us because it doesn't really matter, but it's interesting to see that when, you know, there's 4 people in the house and 3 people have an inclination to do things in a certain way, and then there's like one person who's different. So please share your traumas.
Yeah. Well, Aisha really likes astrology. I don't, and I don't think it makes any effect whatsoever. Having said that, if I'm going to like lean into this a bit, yes, I would say that our dad and our mom are very similar. I think it's more like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think like you 3 probably spent like the most time together. I think like, you know, like you were always closer to the parents. I kind of like left early to go to college. I mean, not that you didn't leave to go to college, but like, you know, it's like I was always off doing my own thing. And so I'd view it from like an independent kind of like I was a little bit of outsider versus like these three are like very similar people. And I'd say like at first like I think I viewed it as like oh my God, like they're all the same and they're like all like I'm so different and all of that. But now I just think it's kind of fun because it's just like I have like I understand them so well and I know that they're all similar and they're all gonna react in like very similar ways. And it's just like amusing now to me how it's panned out. And like, you know, maybe astrology does explain it, you know? Like maybe that is why. Like I'm the Scorpio in the family. They're like three Tauruses. It's not even just that they're three Tauruses. Like their birthdays are like very close together.
One
Like my
after the
mom
other.
and sister's birthday it's like April 29th and April 30th. My dad's April 21st. So it's just like they're all within like a week or two of each other. So it's funny. But I think it's nice. It's nice to be part of a family that where you're like a little different. But wait, I guess there is one thing I want to say. Like isn't my like rising or something?
Yeah,
you
your
said?
rising's Taurus, which is interesting.
There you go. Whatever that means.
Yeah. Maybe the astrology girlies can comment down below and help us out because
Yeah.
we don't know that much.
Yeah.
But I was about to say, technically speaking, you have the easier deal because it's like if you have the three people, you know that we have like a blueprint of how to react.
It's true.
So
Yes.
anyways, on a more, I guess, different note, because this is an interesting thing that I'm going to talk about. So Amir is in finance and I'm in communications. And so I do want to talk about how our career paths have kind of influenced us to have different approaches when it comes to our life and decision making. But at the same time, secretly or not so secretly, I feel like Amir is very, very creative. And I would even argue like probably more creative than I am. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I think like, yeah, the career path thing is interesting. Yes, I'm in finance. I think like that partly has to play with like the practical, like immigrant child, like get a job that pays you well and sets you up for life type thing. Having said that, like the journey to there, like the finance that I'm in is all like in like the media and entertainment space. So like growing up, like, yeah, like I loved like acting. I was like in theater all 4 years of high school. I obviously read a lot of writing. Even when I went to business school, I was in our like school SNL type thing. So I think like I've tried to like blend like the practicality of things with like the creative side. But it took a while to get there. So it's like I think like I had a lot of like conflict in figuring out like what I wanted to do. And this has been a good middle ground where like I can be practical and like do the finance, like, and I do have like somewhat of an analytical brain, but then like still be close to the creative side, which like makes me happy. Yeah.
You mentioned follies, and so I want you to actually go into more
Yeah.
detail about that because I think that
Yeah.
can be helpful for someone who might feel similar to you or maybe at where they are in life right now might feel conflict. So you went to Columbia Business School, and while you were attending, you were part of something called Folly. So if you can go into detail about that, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. So, Follies is like I said, it's like the like an SNL type troupe that Columbia they put on a show every semester, so 2 shows a year. It's like a mix of music videos and like skits and like actual like live performances and like kind of like a weekend update type skit, et cetera, that all like parody the business school experience. And so when I was there, I did a mix of things. Like I obviously wrote some of the skits. I wrote some music videos. I performed in some of them. I'm not a great singer, so like I mostly stuck to the acting. And then I also then produced the show my second year. So I was like up in the booth doing all the lighting and all that kind of stuff. Something we share, clearly. You like producing all like this podcast stuff. Like I did a little bit of that. It's hard stuff. So I respect anyone who does it. But yeah, it was just cool. It was just a great outlet for me. I think like when I went to college, I was in this period where I didn't know like whether I wanted to like continue in like a creative path. And so like one of my only regrets in college is that like I didn't do theater. I didn't do any like performing arts group whatsoever. So when I went back to grad school, I was like, I like need to do this because it makes me happy, and it's just a big part of who I am. You know, you got to nurture that creative side to you, or the analytical side maybe if you have that and you're kind of the reverse situation. But like, you know, you should try a lot of different things.
And this is also to say for everyone watching at home that I think that even when you have to let go of your passion initially, that doesn't mean that it's not going to come back. So I feel like for all of those high school students that are like busy with ACTs and SATs and they're so stressed about that when they're going to college and they kind of feel like the creative part of their life is taking a back seat, that doesn't mean that you can't find it later on in life. I think that's something that I've also realized in my 20s. And so I hope that you can see this as a real life example as well.
Yeah. No, and you're very much a real life example. Right now, I'm still only honestly working. So, but I did have like a nice little break where I did some of the creative things. But like, I think what you do is really impressive. This is like really cool. And, you know, subtle plug for Aisha's TikTok and her Instagram, and all the other things she does that I don't fully understand. Please follow, like, subscribe, click.
Thank you.
Whatever it is.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
So on that note, what are some inside jokes that we have? And I'm just going to let you say them.
No, but you got to give some too.
Okay, fine.
I honestly, I mean, yeah, I'll try and like remember some. There was one constant thing growing up where like whenever we travel, like it would be like who would sit next to our mom. And like it would always be like the middle seat, basically. It's like that's like the claim thing, the middle seat, which is funny because like if you think about it today, like oh my god, everyone hates the middle seat. Like the middle seat sucks. And like now as an adult, I'm like, yeah, you sit in the middle. Like I'll sit on the aisle, I'll sit like to the side or whatever. But growing up, it would always be this like thing, and that we now say. Let's see, what else do we got?
Well, I have
you got one?
I have a heartwarming memory. Like my fondest memory of childhood is when we used to go to Blockbuster. So now we're gonna age ourselves, but when Mama would take us to Blockbuster on the weekends, or when she'd take us to the library. So Amir actually likes to read, like both of our parents, but I don't know what I was doing. But I was there for the ride.
Yeah,
but those were really fond moments of our life, and I just miss that whole process.
Blockbuster or the library?
Both of them.
Oh,
so
both.
Blockbuster and library, but definitely more Blockbuster because movies, I was more into them.
I know.
But I love
video games.
Yeah, and I love that process of just, you know, going together in a car and then like being in the store and taking the time to select everything. And of course now we have everything at the touch of our fingers, which is great.
Yeah.
But that novelty is just something that was really, really interesting.
Oh, one of the things we do is like, as siblings, we have like a weird, like almost dialect and like kind of like how we communicate and say things to each other. And like it's in a strange accent or noises. It's like very weird. I'm not going to put it live here, but it's just something we do. And I think I remember one time she had her like piano teacher over and she was like playing piano downstairs. And like I outwardly sing and say things sometimes. And I like in our like communication to each other, like I sang this song in a very weird way out loud, not knowing that her like piano teacher is there. And I've done this like a multitude of times where friends have been over. I'll just like talk in a weird way. I once mistook her friend for her and said something in our weird accent to her in our weird communication. So like that's like one of the memories that honestly it's still ongoing, to be honest. I still do it sometimes, even at the ripe age of 32. Anything else?
That's about it. Yeah, I mean, I also think more. Like the debrief sessions you have with your sibling as you get older, like when you, it's like the extended family gossip catch-up sessions, or like after an event, those debriefs become a very essential part of your dynamic. So I always look forward to those too, because the way you discuss tea with a sibling, like they just get it because they have the history. So you can just start the yap session and they're gonna know what happened in 2007. You know, they're gonna know, they're gonna stay up to date, and then you're ready to go. So those are some like things that I look forward to as well.
Nice.
All right, now that we've done all of the more serious-ish topics, I actually want to play a game.
Nice.
So we're gonna do
excited.
Who knows each other best. I really feel like Amir's gonna push back on our the options here. but we're going to get started. So
We'll be good.
We're looking forward to it.
Nice. I'm pumped.
Okay, guys, so we are going to be playing a game of Who Knows Who Best. So Amir and I both have the same signs. So this is obviously Amir, and this is obviously me. And we'll be asked questions, and in response, we'll either lift both or one and probably fight with each other.
Wait, we can lift both?
Yeah, you can lift both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, me and Baba ended up like lifting both.
Okay, very good, very good.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
So now behind the camera, we have our esteemed guest who I'd like to be in front of the camera, but she's shy. None other than our mom. So welcome to our episode.
Hello, Mother.
And she'll be reading out the questions. So please, without further ado, start.
Okay. The first question, in my opinion, is not valid, as it might sound very cliche, but the question is, who was the troublemaker growing up? So fortunately, I am a blessed mom that both of them, they never gave me any trouble growing up. Honestly, I've been very candid
Right.
about it.
I think we're thinking more on like an ideological level.
No, that's fine. All right,
Okay.
3, 2,
2,
1.
1. I'd say in different ways. Different ways.
Are you still answering this? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I appreciate it, but we're just going to go.
Oh,
with- yeah,
different ways.
For sure.
Okay. All right.
For sure.
That speech was like
Yeah.
not.
It's okay.
All right. So question number 2: who is more likely to cry during a movie?
Definitely me.
Yes. I'd say like when I was I used to be more emotional, but now I could see crying during a movie.
I mean, I cry if like the wind blows in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah.
true. Exactly. It's good though. Being in touch with your emotions is good. It's
Thank
healthy.
you.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Question number 3: who
Yes.
is the better cook? Obviously.
For now,
For now.
but soon.
Okay. You guys, let's see how long
Soon it
this
will be me.
unreleased trailer
Once I
and film will
put
take.
the time and effort in, the potential with this guy is unmatched. But for now, it's this.
Yes.
Yes.
Who spends more money impulsively?
I feel like you. Yeah.
Probably me.
Yeah.
I'm just more decisive. I just know, when I want something, I'll go and buy it. No, they're intertwined. Impulsive. Well, then impulsive, I don't know.
No,
Nah,
I'm not,
I'd still go with me. I'd still go with me.
Alright.
I'd still go with me. Yeah,
Who is more stubborn?
Oh, obviously.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
harken back to the whole Taurus thing.
Yeah.
If you believe that, Aisha champions her stubbornness.
First of all,
it runs in
disclaimer:
the
Taurus
family.
people are not that stubborn. It's a myth.
Okay,
It's a lie.
great.
All right, let's
Great.
move on. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Me being a Taurus also.
Yeah.
Yes.
No
We know.
bias to pick at him.
We know.
Who is the better listener?
Okay. He's gonna lift his own, you guys. I was gonna say
I'd say both. I'd say
we're
both.
both.
I'd say
We're
both.
both.
I'd say
Yeah.
both. I'd say both.
I like to yap more. I have a propensity to just keep yapping, but that doesn't mean that I don't listen. If someone needs to open up to me, and if you need to talk, I listen.
No, for sure. I'd say if the topic is about anyone other than her, Aisha is definitely like a great listener. But if you have to talk to her about her, then she's not as good. And then I am the champion listener.
When my
But
avoidant
yes, it's
is
mostly,
called out.
yeah, exactly. But I'd say Aisha is a great listener.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, this is gonna be interesting. Who is more dramatic?
Yeah, you can be like dramatic in a funny way, but I don't think you mean it.
Yeah.
Like you.
I mean, I am
Well,
an
okay,
actor.
before the cameras
I
were
am an
rolling,
actor.
you literally were like, "Oh, I'm sleepy. Do you remember that?"
Yeah, it's true.
All right, let's move
Okay,
on.
yeah.
That's true.
Who gives better advice?
I mean, I'll give this one to you. You are the older sibling. Oh,
I'd say she gives very good advice. Doesn't follow
Guys,
it. Doesn't
okay.
follow it at all
That is
herself
true.
whatsoever. And so when it comes to her, then it would be me. But like generally, she gives great advice.
I actually think you do give good advice, but you know why I feel that way? It's because you're very like straightforward. Like you're not going to mince your words.
Exactly. That's why I didn't
Yeah,
put
yeah,
myself too. I'm not very nice about it. So
Yeah,
I think,
no, he lets you
I
know.
think she's very good at the whole package. You got to deliver
The
the
Scorpio.
advice in
sneaker.
like a nice way. I'm just very direct and harsh about it sometimes, and so I need to work on that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
We love
Okay.
All
self-awareness.
right,
Okay.
Yes.
moving on. Who is more likely to start a random, deep conversation?
That's both of us. I don't know. I feel like both of us.
Oh no,
randomly-
sorry. I meant
Okay.
you. I think like yeah, I'd say both of us.
Yeah,
But
both of
I'd
us.
say more you actually. to be honest. I feel like you've been very in touch with your feelings lately. It's good.
But I also feel like you used to
thoughts.
be more, I think this is the New York effect. I feel like you used to like having more deep conversations.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
And
but
then
after a
something
while,
happened.
then you're just like jaded and you're like, move out of my way. Like if someone smiles, you're just like, move. Why are you looking at me? So yeah.
No, I have noticed. I actually noticed. I was like, I'm not as deep as I used to be. But I think like maybe I just like I think your 20s, you're supposed to be kind of like figuring it out and like having all these combos, and then like when you reach your 30s, you're kind of like, I think I just need to
Space.
like, I just keep trying like action. You take action, more action. The combos less, action more.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway.
All right.
Who has the better sense of humor?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think me.
Can you answer? Answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Well, I
our
don't know.
own
Actually, well,
ways.
I guess it depends. Like better sense meaning like you're funnier, or that you can take things like you're like actually what is it? What do we?
I
mean
think
by
it's like maybe the wittiness. What do you guys think?
Actually, I don't know. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Maybe Aisha. You know what? We'll give it to Aisha. We'll give it to
Okay.
Aisha. We'll give it
All
to
right.
Aisha. Yes.
All right. Who is more likely to forget a birthday or any important date?
For sure.
That was simple. All
For
Yeah,
sure. That was easy. Easy.
All right.
Easy.
Who is
Easy.
more competitive?
I think yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Who is more likely to start an argument?
For sure.
Sorry.
100%.
Yeah.
Who is more likely to embarrass themselves in public?
Oh, definitely me.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's stories, but I won't bring them up here.
You can bring one up. That'll.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Not the
Who is
one I was thinking
better
about.
at keeping secrets? Who is better at keeping secrets?
Probably Aisha.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right, almost there. Who is more patient?
I think so.
Being the older
All right, it's the
sibling.
last one. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Again, this is going to be controversial, but here we are.
We are
Who
here for
was
controversy.
Who was the favorite child growing up?
Oh well, growing up,
I knew this.
Yeah, put that down. Hey, growing up. Yeah, I was like, can't lie to yourself.
not the case today.
Yes,
So yeah.
For sure. No. Today it's like even, but like I think sometimes.
Today-
But
yes,
like,
it is.
yes,
Today's even.
Today's
Come on.
even. Today's definitely even. Growing up, Aisha was the favorite for sure.
Might be a crowd
That's good.
pleaser.
But now it's even. We're all besties.
Yeah. Well, yay,
Yeah.
besties!
That's
Yay!
progress. So that's we are ending on a good note.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
We good?
We're good. Thank
was
you so
great.
much. We
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
everyone. Give a round of applause
Yay!
to our wonderful volunteers.
All right.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, now that we have ended on a good note, I thought I would stir the pot a little bit more. Let's say one pet peeve that we have about each other and one thing that we deeply appreciate about each other. I'm actually really scared because, like I said, Amir doesn't mince his words. So I'm literally like, I need a tissue already. I'm scared.
No, it's fine. Deeply appreciate. I think you are you're like very thoughtful, like you're always thinking about me and you're always thinking about the family. And I think like I have a lot to learn and to like try and be that way. You're just like a very thoughtful and supportive sibling. Pet peeve. How about we go to a thoughtful for you and then we'll come back to pet peeve for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think the greatest blessing with Amir is that I've never been afraid to talk to him about anything. He's just very sure, he's harsh, but he's just so accepting. So I've never felt that fear. And I hope
Wow.
that every female sibling feels the same with her brother because that's not the
Thanks.
case. And
Thanks.
so it's a really, really big blessing that I don't take for granted. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Aw.
I'm gonna cry now. But anyways,
Thanks.
now say something mean. So
Don't
I
be
stop
mean.
crying.
Let's see, pet peeve. Oh, I know. When we're like meeting up for meals, I think Aisha likes to have like some fun meals, and sometimes like she'll just jump to like Chick-fil-A or like these kind of like Panda Express meals, which are just like honestly really good, but like obviously bad.
Yeah.
And like I just have to be like, oh my God, can we not do this at this time? So I think that's like the pet peeve because trying to be healthier, fitter lifestyle, but like she understands as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the small thing that makes me also laugh because you always come around is that sometimes you can be stubborn from when we give you like suggestions, but
Yes.
you do come around. Like initially, like no, I would
Yes.
never do that. Like, for XYZ reason. And I'm sure that it makes sense in his head. But then after a little bit of, I'm going to gently say convincing more of like us Tauruses fighting with you, you come around. So
Yes.
it happens.
Yes.
It happens. But a little bit of stubbornness, I guess, is important for us to also have biodiversity in our thoughts.
100%. 100%.
You know, it all comes back to good stuff. But
Yes.
anyways, before we finish,
Yes.
I did want to say thank you so much for joining me. And
My
I'm
pleasure.
hoping that this is helpful. But before we go, I think both of us should give advice to younger siblings. So I'll say my first bit. I think that at my younger self, I would tell them to have patience with your cool sibling because they'll come around. And I would also tell them to nurture this relationship because it's a really special one. And just, you know, even if there's crinkles to iron out, it's a relationship that's always worth working through. And it is like a marathon, as we've said, a journey in our other podcasts when it comes to family relationships. And so, you know, I'm really thankful for my brother, but please.
Wow, so thoughtful. Appreciate that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'd definitely be like, just be more inclusive, be nicer. Like I think I wasn't as not. It's just hard when you're like a kid, like, but like just to be like more secure and like just be inclusive and like nice because your sibling's very cool and very fun, very understanding and like adds value in like so many ways and it's just like a good important part of your life. And it's like, you know, it's sad that it happened later in life, but I'm glad like it would have been cooler if it happened earlier and like I'm partly to blame for that. And so, you know, I probably would have told my younger self that. But then also, I guess, if we're getting like really psychoanalytical about it, like I wouldn't appreciate it as much now if I hadn't been that way then. So no regrets. But still, I still would have told my younger self to be a bit nicer and more inclusive.
No regrets, you guys.
No regrets.
Anyways, we're going to leave now, but thank you all for watching. We hope that you can watch this with your siblings, send it to your sibling, watch it with your parents.
Yes.
Have a good night
Your
watching this. Friends.
Strangers.
I don't know about strangers too. Why
You
not?
can post it on TikTok, you know.
Circulate on WhatsApp groups.
This is for Aisha. We're going to blow this up.
Yes.
Show it to everyone.
Yeah.
Show it to your teachers. Show it to your pets.
Pets, yeah.
Show it to whoever you want,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
But thank
fist
you,
bump.
Aisha.
Oh,
Fist
no,
bump.
thank you.
This was great.
All right, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Next time.